There are thousands of careers in California, but how are we supposed to know which is the right career for us? If we're to spend 40 to 50 hours a week, over 10,000 hours a year, we're going to want to choose a career that we're best at and one that we love. And with the average American changing their jobs up to 7 times during their lifetime, finding the right career as soon as possible will contribute to better health and help you live a richer and fuller life. The right career is out there waiting for you, and I'm going to help you find it. I'm Freddy Cochran. Welcome to California Careers. Welcome to another edition of California Careers. I'm Freddy Cochran, your host. We're in Redondo Beach, California, outside Spectrum Gym, where we're learning the career of personal trainer. What a fabulous career to work out and be paid for living a healthy, richer, fuller life. Today we're meeting with Owen Rutledge, who is trainer to the stars and also trainer here at Spectrum Gym in Redondo Beach. Let's go see how it's done. How are you, Owen?
Freddie, I'm well. Good.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming down. Nice to see you.
Tell us exactly what is a personal trainer.
Personal fitness trainer is a guy or gal who specializes in helping people get in shape. For instance, like some people need to bulk up a little bit, like a lot of actors need to bulk up for a show, or for Freddie here to do his thing. People, most of the time, it's people who just want to get in shape. They need a little bit of motivation to get them going, and they need someone professional who's done a qualification or who's been in the gym all their life that knows what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, it's people who have a little bit of a problem getting self-motivated. They need a trainer to help them out.
Now, if you are a workout person, you're athletic, this sounds like the ideal career. You guys get paid to look good and be fit and be healthy.
And hang around great healthy people and good looking girls in California. Are you kidding? What do you think I did it for?
Oh my gosh, you guys got it made.
Yeah.
Tell us, now who are the players under this roof? We have not just the career of personal trainer under this roof, we have different sort of administrative people, we have management, we have, to touch on the players under this roof here at the gym.
If you're looking to get into the fitness lifestyle, and it's a great lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle too, Freddie, that even through the economic hardships, people want to be in shape.
Yes.
People want to stay healthy. People realize that your health's your wealth. That's all there is to it. So the healthier you are, the better you are. I mean, you could have $300,000 million, but if you're not doing too well, it's no good to anyone. So there's all kinds of different careers within the health industry. So for instance, here at the Spectrum, which is a conglomerate, you've got like the big cheeses, the owners, you've got the CEOs, you've got the general managers, and then every particular gym has its own general manager, and then managers as well. Mm-hmm. Managers are usually people who sell memberships, mm-hmm. which is a great career. Mm-hmm. You know, it's interesting, you meet a lot of great people and everything, and again, you're dealing in the fitness industry. And under that you have gym trainers, who are people employed by the company, mm-hmm. who get paid, you know, X amount of dollars per hour, put people through their first workout, mm-hmm. who don't know the instruments, etc. Because when you join a gym, you usually get something like maybe 5 free workouts. Mm-hmm. Then you get the personal trainers, mm-hmm. and they are people that usually work for themselves. Mm-hmm. They're in their own business, and they use this as kind of like a hairdresser uses a salon. And what they'll do is, every personal training session or group of sessions are charged. Mm-hmm. The client pays the front desk and says, I want Owen to train me, which is a good idea. Okay. And then they then pay me. The gym takes out what they need for rental purposes, etc., etc. So the gym ends up, the trainers end up with X amount of dollars. And then, you know, under that you have front desk people who then move on to become managers, etc., etc. So there's a whole slew of industries within this one little industry.
Okay, so theoretically you're an employee of the gym. Now, can you ever go out and do some private stuff and not sort of breach your contract as an employee here?
No, you're fine. As long as you don't, can you go out, as long as you don't go stealing clients. Obviously the thing you want to do is you want to charge, you know, maybe $75 a workout or $100 a workout, I'm not sure. And you want to do it at the house or on the beach or at someone's gym, and you know, but you know, it's not recommended. You cannot come and finagle people out of here. So we're very, very genuine because, you know, I mean, the club pays us very, very well. Mm-hmm. We get well looked after. We have a chance to buy into the medical situation. And, mm-hmm. and so, but if you do have a client who has a home gym or something, they're your babies. They're the one you want because you just pay them.
Do you have a gym in your house? Or?
I do not in my house, but a lot of my people that I train have their own gyms.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to have a couple revenues coming in from such a fabulous career.
Oh, yeah, it's famous. I got very lucky. I did my degree or my diploma at UCLA Extension.
Okay.
They have a very, very good program. And so it was a 2-year course, and when I came out of there, I got lucky. I was with a guy who was training in a private gym in West Los Angeles. And it was a gym that was owned by 2 very big legal companies, Manette Phelps and Mitchell Silverberg and Knupp. Massive big place. And all of their clients used this gym. So I got in there as a private trainer. There was a guy that had the contract for the gym and myself. And we had a lot of big names. So I paid him X amount of dollars per month and brought in whoever I wanted, whenever I wanted. It was a fabulous situation.
You touched on education. Tell us about that. What are the requirements or the prerequisites we need to become a personal trainer, the certification and education?
If you want to work for a gym, you're going to have to be certified, and it's usually minimum Bachelor of Science.
Oh, really?
Bachelor of Science in fitness or some aspect of the fitness field. That's the minimum. You need a qualification.
So you need a bachelor's degree, then what?
Yeah, bachelor's degree, well, the more the merrier. You know, if you've got into a master's, obviously, a master's of science or something like that, or exercise physiology, something like that. My certification with UCLA was fine. I managed to get in with that. So I was all qualified.
Your bachelor's degree is sort of a simultaneous program with a degree and a certification, like a certificate?
Yes, you have to get a certification in fitness training.
And you
but
get
it's
that?
usually covered by your fitness degree.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of a 2-in-1 deal. You get your bachelor's, you get both.
If you get a Bachelor of Science, you pretty well know how to do things up here as a fitness trainer. So what will happen is you'll go for an interview with the fitness manager or you know, one of the assistant managers, and they will go through a whole bunch of questions about physiology, different areas of the body, you know, what is this movement, what is that, you know, general basic questions that if you've got a degree, you'll know.
Okay.
And then after that, you're pretty well certified.
Now, do you have a bachelor's degree from UCLA, and then do you also get a certificate? It's 2 separate documents?
No, I've got a diploma. I don't have a bachelor's. I have a diploma in personal fitness training from UCLA Extension. Okay. Yeah, I can still get away with that because I keep it updated and I keep it current. Okay. So I can still do that.
Let's talk about that. Tell us about that program.
UCLA Extension?
Yes.
It's fabulous. Okay. It's great. When I did it a few years, some time ago, it was very popular because we had personal fitness training was just starting to get popular, and you had a lot of people out there who had been living in gyms and they were obviously very good at what they do, and they started this whole trend, and you know, we were earning in those days we were earning like about $50 an hour, which was good money. Yeah, we were talking in the 19th. So anyway, this program was pointed out to me, and I did it for 2 years. The best thing I ever did, because we had actual instructors from UCLA come to the extension program and teach exercise physiology, body dynamics, anatomy, etc., etc. We got a diploma after 2 years, so it was very good. And it was, in those days, it was very, very well sought after, and it was very well appreciated. So I'm not sure how it is now, because I think, you know, as things go on and more requirements and specifications are needed, you know, then the higher the level of your degree must be. So diploma may be a tough one. You need to go to university, you need to go somewhere and get a bachelor's.
How cool to learn about the human body and how to become a healthier, stronger, happier person.
Yeah,
you know, education-wise, and then to live it as a career.
Yeah, it's a great career.
Very cool.
You know, if you're this way inclined, it's a great career. It really is a good career. I knew nothing about the body. I didn't have a clue. And someone said to me, go get the coloring book, the anatomy coloring book. You can still get it. Wow. And I went and got it, and just down at Borders or Barnes & Noble. Okay. It's the anatomy coloring book, and it's got all blank pictures. It's like a kid coloring in, and you color the different things in different colors, and as you're doing it, you learn. And now I know all from that book. I pretty well know most of what you need to know. If you're getting into something like sports physiology or a fitness trainer for a sports team or something like that, you're going to have to get more channel. Because you're dealing in infinite ligaments, tendons, etc., etc. Mine and most of the training isn't all over like this is a bicep, this is a tricep, this is the ulnar, this is the quadricep. And then what you got to do is you've got to learn, you know, some intricate kind of names, because that helps. You know, so what you do there is you go to the library, you get a book on anatomy, and then you learn about the iliotibial tract and the iliopsoas, and then people think, wow, this guy's really professional.
Do they teach you guys about diet and what goes on and how to advise clients as far as what to eat? Isn't that a lot of part of?
We touched on it.
You just touch on it? Okay.
We touched on it. And that's a really intricate deal. Okay. You know, I mean, my basic philosophy is that what you bring in that you don't sweat out stays here. That's it. But it's a little more advanced. You know, you've got to learn about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, the breakdown of molecules, etc., etc. I can tell you what to eat or something, but if you really, really have a situation where you need advice on diet, go to a dietitian, go to a nutritionist. That's the best.
Beyond the scope of what you guys do is the diet stuff. You guys are basically in the gym and working out.
Yeah, we're basically here to help a person out, go through all the equipment, etc. To keep an idea of where they are, and so they can progress through the weights. And then really just to sort of motivate. And one of the big things I found, though, Fred, is that you've got to keep it interesting. You know, for me personally, if I have a personal trainer and they start talking to me about their problems with the husband and wife at home, I don't come back.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of trainers get into that. They think that this is kind of like a psychological sort of thing.
Okay.
I see it a lot where, to me anyway, you got to be interesting, you got to have a good knowledge of stuff, you've got to be very, very well prepared. Because especially working in a gym situation, if you've got your workout all mapped out, and so you say, okay, Fred, let's go to the bench press. Oops, the bench press being used. You can't stand around because you got an hour and you're on the clock, and this person's paying, whether they pay you $30, $40, $50, $75, it's a lot of money. $30 an hour is a lot of money. So you've got to be very, very knowledgeable of what to do and extremely prepared. So that's bench press, no problem. Okay, get down and do 50 sit-ups. Let's move on the process, or go over here. So you go move.
And you need some social skills.
You need some great social skills. You need to be a people person. Some people also along that line, some people use their workout as a very, very solemn time. They don't want to be entertained. They like to be nice and quiet. They go through their motion and their exercises. They don't want to talk. They just want to work out. But for me, and my personality was very upbeat, and so that was where I got. And it was funny because when I first started, when I moved from my private gym to another shishi gym on the west side, you know how they are. This boutique place. Okay. There was a bunch of us trainers, and we were all pretty good, and we were all starting out. We used to compete, and it was so funny because we'd compete on to see how many people we could get screaming the loudest, and if we could get someone to throw up. And not that I want you to do that. You might want to edit that out. But, it was funny because
the client that's a pain in the ass.
You'd be walking around, and you get all these guys like going. And so we had a lot of fun. And then once that it became very popular, and everyone said, "I'm going to be a personal fitness trainer." Suddenly, whoosh, the flood came, and you're looking, going, "Oh my God, wow, I got to move on."
Now, this career, the personal trainer, is a full-time gig, right? Or some of you guys part-time and some full-time, maybe with an additional career? Or?
There's some part-time, but mostly personal trainers per se are full-time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a full-time gig. You can earn your 40, 45, 50 grand. And you get a free membership to the gym usually. Most of the people, I think, have got outside people as well who train at the house, or they train them on the beach. Sure. Some people don't want machines. Some people want to lose weight, so you run them on the beach, and you sit-ups and push-ups and run up and down avenues, you see stairs, and all kinds of things you can do.
You touched on the money. Let's talk about that. The benefits for the personal trainer. Let's talk about the money. Do you start out at a general range when you get started, and is there an ideal spot to be in if you're someone who's with as much experience as yourself? Is there benefits involved, insurance, all those goodies? Tell us about that.
You've got to get insured. You have to get insured.
So that's an expense.
That's an expense.
Okay.
Obviously all written off and everything. But
what do we need insurance for in case you drop a dumbbell on somebody's toe?
You hurt someone, man, you're in trouble.
Wouldn't the club be liable for that, or you individually?
Everyone has to have insurance.
Okay.
So you obviously the club has insurance, but also the club requires you to have insurance.
Wow.
Because you drop a dumbbell, you suddenly do something that the person drops something on them, or they twist their ankle or something. Then you're in it, and then the club's in it, and then the state of California's in it, and then the United States, and then everyone gets sued.
How much is that expense, the insurance?
Look, my insurance is pretty good. It's around $120 a month. Okay. So it's not bad. Okay. And you go to one of the either the medical societies or a fitness society, and they have good insurance for us guys.
Let's talk about the
benefits.
Not much happens, right?
If you're really good, you can
minimize the accidents.
Yeah, you've really got to be close and everything. And I unfortunately messed up one night. I was training someone, and this person was large, and I put her on a machine, and once I said, okay, go, the weight that I put wasn't counteracted enough, and suddenly the whole thing just, there wasn't enough weight to counter her weight, so suddenly she just went, boom, and hit the floor, and there was this almighty explosion, and she crumpled, and I managed to sort of charm my way out of it and go, well, let's not come back and do that one again, but that was very good. That's one of the best ones I've ever seen. Go, and then, you know, people were downstairs coming up going, gee, what happened there?
Wow.
So you got to be real careful, and you know, you kind of want to experiment a little bit, and for me anyway, I want them to get results.
Sure.
But you gotta, safety's number one.
Fine line.
So it really is.
Let's talk about the benefits. And we talked about the expenses. What benefits? What is the starting salary for personal training generally?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the guys here. I worked myself through it. I'm allowed to use this facility. As far as like if you work for a gym, you're probably on a minimum wage sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. If you work for the gym per se.
Okay.
And then you work yourself in to become a personal trainer.
Okay.
And then personal trainers, every gym varies. I think it's something around sort of $60, $70 for a workout. And as you take more workouts on a block, that breaks down to maybe $55 for 10 or something. And out of that, the gym takes their cut to cover this and that, and then pays the trainer maybe about $30, $32 a time. And
as time goes on, the pay rate increases. Do your hourly rates go up if I'm your client?
You can, yeah. When you work with the gym, they set the standard.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're working on the outside, say if I was to train you at your place or my place or a private gym or something, say my standard is $75 an hour.
Okay.
Okay, so you pay that, and I take the whole lot, and pay. You usually have to pay someone. Right. You know, you pay either a block amount of maybe $400 a month to use that facility, or you pay per workout. So if someone has a private gym, and you pay $15 every time you work something out to him, or he said just $400 a month, something like that. And those figures are very, very, just taken out of mid-air. That's just to give you an example. That's interesting. And then, and then if you're paying, you're paying anything from $50 up per hour. So, I mean, if you build your clientele up and you're good, then you can make some good money. Okay. Excellent, good money. Take us through a typical workday as a personal trainer. What do you do your own scheduling? Do you do your own scheduling? They don't do it at the front desk, something like that. Yeah. Meet your client, and then is there a sort of a standard routine? I guess depending on the degree of the fitness of your client. Take us through a typical. You normally start early in the morning because people have to go to work. So you can be starting at 5:30 in the morning. You get a lot of trainers here at 5:30. You better be a morning person. Yeah, exactly. So you get up at 4 to get your coffee and get everything going. And then then you work from there. You'll get like maybe a 6 o'clock till a 7 and a 7 till an 8 or something. And then during the day, you'll have the same. You might get a couple of people during the day. Then you'll get people later on at night coming home from work. So you'll do 4 or 5 workouts a day. Okay. Here at the gym situation, what they do is their members here first start off, and then they have a system that you put the name through the computer, their name will pop up, and then they'll sign to say that they've done the workout, so that keeps everything official. Okay. When you're working for yourself, you obviously set your own times. Okay. You set your own pay, your own times, and that is all sort of contingent on the client. Because if you're charging upwards of that money, usually they have to work. Okay, now I know that no one has given me a swimming lesson. I know you're a swimming instructor. Do you mix up your day, sort of diversify it with maybe spin class, weight room with people, swimming? Do you do that, or how does that work? I'm a personal fitness trainer for myself. Okay. I work for the gym and I teach swim, all the bikes. Spin, I teach a spin class, and I teach swim because I'm a swimmer. I swim masters for UCLA, so I teach them. And when I came here and started working, and I said, is there any chance of doing swim lessons? I said, sure. So there's about 3 or 4 swim coaches here. Normally a personal fitness trainer is involved with losing weight, getting someone in shape, bulking up possibly for actors who want to come up with a movie. But it's mainly, what I've found though, Fred, is it's mainly people who want to get in shape and want to stay in shape, and they just can't quite get themselves up to do it. Yeah. And that's where your personal fitness trainer comes in. You had mentioned you had trained some celebrities. I have.
Drop us some names. Who are some of these players?
The place that I trained at, Bruce Springsteen used to train there.
Wow.
So
okay.
he was with the big cheese.
Right. Was he lifting some weights? Was he benching some weight?
Bruce is a strong guy. What he liked to do is build up his biceps.
Yeah.
Because, he likes to play that guitar
with
his tank top, and he likes those biceps in there. And I trained Lisa Bonet from the Cosby Show.
Oh,
who
yeah.
was fabulous. She was a thin little girl, but she was strong.
Okay.
Patrick Dempsey was one of my best. That's
I love that
the
guy
from General Hospital.
Yeah, Can't Buy Me Love. I love that movie.
Can't Buy Me Love. That was one of his first movies.
Yeah.
Pizza Delivery Boy, Sweet Home Alabama. Patty was a great guy. Corey Parker. I got him through. I had Corey Parker, who played Epstein in the movie with Christopher Walken way back. Anyway, it was an army movie, and he was on a lot of TV shows, and he was a buddy of Patrick. And then I trained Anthony Quinn.
Wow.
Was over the Greek once, and it was good.
Awesome.
You get people coming through. I got lucky with Warner Brothers. I had a person. Usually, also, it's word of mouth. I've done advertising. I've done flyers. I made some beautiful flyers.
I was just going to ask you
next question was,
how does a new personal trainer become a trainer to the stars? You were just touching on that.
I was lucky because I got in with this guy I went to school with, who was going to make me Florida, and he was in this private gym with the two huge law firms. And he got me in there. There was me and Todd Persons who owned the gym.
Nice.
I was lucky, and that's all the guys. Greg Louganis came down. I trained him, the diver.
Yeah.
Trained him a couple of times.
Wow.
Mark Spitz was making a comeback for one of the Olympics. He didn't make it, but I advised him a few times. I'm advising.
You advised him and he didn't make it?
Yeah, he didn't make it. But he never followed my advice. And I saw him later on. I swim at UCLA, and I said, "Mark, what happened?" He obviously didn't do it all the time. He was working out. He almost got back. Maybe it was '96, and he wasn't too far out, which was incredible because he was in his 40s. But I think what he asked me was, where did you get your shoes from? I said, well, it's your. No.
I like your shoes.
Thank you. No, I had gym shoes.
You know what you said? I like what you said. You walked around on your foot and you put your flyers in mailboxes. What big boys do, they walked around and they took care of it themselves. How'd that work for you, the mailing thing?
I had these beautiful flyers made out and well presented and everything, and put them in the mailbox and never got one call.
You never got the one I like is the worst one? Okay.
Yeah, so I never got anything.
So what was the best way to market?
Word of mouth.
All word of mouth? No newspaper stuff? No mailers?
No, I did Easy Reader, I did advertisements in there, and all word of mouth. I got on, as I said, Todd Persons gave me Corey Parker, who then Patrick Dempsey, and I'm a little guy out of New Zealand. I didn't know who these guys were. I said, I'm training Patrick Dempsey, and everyone's like looking, I'm going, oh my God, it's Patrick Dempsey. Yeah. And there's an alleyway between the two legal firms that led to the restaurant, and underneath was the gym. So when the boss was there, that alleyway was packed. Wow. People just up there looking at the boss. And then Patrick Dempsey comes in. There were just girls screaming and yelling. I'm like, who is this guy? He was a skinny little punk kid that drove a beat-up old Porsche. And as he drove out of the parking lot, I'd see him. I'd wave out, "See you later, Patrick," and he'd be like, "Later, coach." Have I not told you about something? That was bad.
I love it.
And now I believe he's a fitness fanatic. He bikes everywhere. I hope I'm not burning. I don't want a lawsuit coming back.
No.
Corey and Lisa Bonet was fabulous. But I got into Warner Brothers, and I got a guy there who was the party planner. It's a funny story.
Okay.
If you want.
Yes, definitely.
So this fellow was really struggling with his weight. He was the nicest guy, and he couldn't find a trainer. So I beat the living daylights out of him. And in a week, he was starting to lose weight and really enjoying it. And I'd accumulated a lot of really neat friends. And this guy was a little lonely. He organized all of the parties for the premieres.
Okay.
So I got to go to all the Robin Hood, Lethal Weapons parties, and I got to go to all of those. That was nice.
Wow.
I trained Ben 5 days a week.
Here's the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he put me on to a few of the other Warner Brothers producers and everything. These guys, big names in the industry, that I'd go to their house and train them. So that was fabulous. And then I also trained the lady who put together all the media work for Warner Brothers. So when the premiere comes in, all the actors and producers come in, she arranged for the media times and everything like that. So I got all the stories I know and everything. Fabulous. I could write a book.
Yes.
So anyway, the one coming up to July 4th, he said, we're not going to be training with you over July 4th. We're going to Aspen for the weekend. I said, oh, good for you. He said, and you're coming with us. I said, that's even better.
Yes.
And so I said, which airline? He said, no, we're going in the Warner Brothers jet. I said, it's getting better.
Private jet?
Yeah, so we fly in there, and then we go to the hotel, and they're doing renovations. So they said to them, excuse me, but we're sorry about this, but we're doing renovations. We'll put you in the river house. And my friend was like, look, this is not good enough. And he said, look, I'm sure you'll be. We went to this river house, this mansion on the river. We all had our own floor. And they said, whenever you want to be picked up to go anywhere in Aspen, call and we'll send a van. And bikes. It was the most unbelievable weekend.
What a perk.
It was unbelievable. Then July 4th, he's from back east. So July 4th, they said, we've got a party going on at one of my friends' places. So these incredibly wealthy people from back east, all old money, all old Democrats. And we had this huge big party, and I'm being introduced to these people who have just so much money they don't know what to do with it. It was fabulous. And then he got a call from Warner Brothers. He had to get back. So he just said, here's the keys, we're going to go back, we've got an emergency, just lock the door when you leave, and the jet leaves it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that works.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
So what I did, I had to train him and all his buddies for the weekend. So the first day, I walked them up Aspen Mountain and back again, and then they said to me, we never want to see you again. All right? We don't want to see you again. Okay?
Could they move the next day? Or
they were just like, we're done with this guy. So bye-bye.
I love it.
Yeah, bye-bye. And here's a pass to the Aspen Athletic Club, and we will call there and leave you messages for when we need you at a party. So, that a boy. So, you know, it was nice, but always, I just picked up this person, and then I have clients still today that I've had since the early 90s that I still train. And there was a friend who said, God, I got this great trainer. So you really need to have this great trainer. Yeah. And he's got an accent, blah, blah, blah. And so I turn up and suddenly I'm training the wife, and then the husband said, I really need to say, no, I had people over in Palos Verdes back to back, 3 people back to back. And invariably the guy didn't want to train, so he just said, hey, Owen, come here. Don't tell the wife I didn't train. Here's some money, but don't tell her where I'm at. No, it's a hard day. And I got some fish there too, so.
I love it.
It was fabulous.
Now, before we wrap it up, I want to know, what do you love about this career? You touched on it, you get to meet people, your health. Is there anything else that you just love about this career that we haven't touched on? You get to go to Aspen, have your own house.
Yeah.
Right? Meet movie stars,
you get to meet
big parties.
Yeah, you get to meet some fabulous people, all healthy people. You get to hear a lot of stories. You know, I met Arnold Schwarzenegger once.
Wow.
A friend of mine was doing a movie with him.
Yes.
And she called and said, do you want to meet Arnold? I said, sure. You talking Arnold Schwarzenegger? He said, no, Arnold Ziffel from the Happy Days. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
So I go out there, and Arnold was walking through, and she said, oh, Arnold, no, I want to meet Owen. He's a personal trainer. And Arnold said, oh, yes, it's a very good job. You know, sometimes you have to be the psychologist. And then he said, I have to go. I'm busy, but nice to meet you.
Oh.
So, but, you know, you get to hear a lot of stories. And so you've got to be reasonably sort of tight-lipped. Mm-hmm. You get to deal with great people. You get to see good results, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're changing lives.
You're in the health industry. You get to see someone who comes on, they're not feeling real good about themselves. And then 3 or 4 weeks later, these people are new people.
Wow.
You know, and you get the people come up, and later on down the road, you'll get to meet people that say, you were my trainer, you changed my life. That's big, that's huge.
Yes.
That means a lot. You know, sometimes you get to train, I've trained my clients' kids who have got problems weight-wise and, you know, adjusting to work.
Saving
lives. And these kids suddenly start to boom. They develop and they prosper. That's big.
The confidence comes through. They're healthier, they're happier.
Yeah, you work for yourself, great industry, great people, and you get to really change people's lives.
Let's talk about what isn't so fabulous about this career, if anything. Are there any
getting up for 5:30 in the morning to work out every day. And you know, I live in the South Bay here, and my clients are all in Hollywood. Okay. I had a lady in Long Beach. Wednesdays I drive to not Long Beach. She was Pasadena. I drive to Pasadena by 6 o'clock. Okay. Then I'd have to take the 134 to Hollywood. Then I had some people in Irvine. Wednesdays I hated. Wow. I'd be up at 5 and I'd get home at 11 o'clock at night. Okay. Wednesdays I hated. Let me also say that it was a good money day. Okay. Good big day. That's a downside. Sometimes you work out with people who are a little, you know, demanding or just don't quite sort of want to work with you per se, and they start to tell you what to do. So And in that case, you just look at a person and say, like, it's normal business. You go, I don't think this is going to work out.
Right.
Go over and see that guy. Or other things. There's not a lot of downsides.
Okay.
It really isn't.
Good deal. It sounds like overall just a fabulous career.
If you're into health and fitness, this is a fabulous, fabulous career.
Do you have any advice for young people before we wrap it up? Anything you want to say? Let the viewers know.
Yeah, if you become a personal fitness trainer, realize that it's all about them. It's not about you. As I said, I see a lot of people who think that it's a chance for them to tell the client how their boyfriend or and works bad. And It's not. Realize it's about them. So as soon as you start, that hour you're on the clock, you give your client everything. And you make sure it's interesting, you're professional, I'm a touchy guy, but you've got to be careful where you touch, so you just gently touch shoulder to bring the attention to there, this is what you're doing. Have a nice little anecdote, have a great personality, bring out stories, and be this person's advisor, be this person's coach, and be really, really professional, because then they appreciate it, and they'll tell that guy who tells this guy, and suddenly you got an empire. Good luck, it's a great career.
There you have it, how to become a personal trainer. Owen Rutledge, personal trainer to the stars.
Great.
Thank you so much, Owen.
My pleasure. I hope you get a lot out of it.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Well, there you have it. Now you know how to become a personal trainer or a private personal trainer. We're outside Spectrum Gym here in Redondo Beach, California. If you have any questions about this career, or you'd like maybe us to check out your own career, something you have in mind, please visit our website, internetworktvcorp.com. I'm Freddy Cochran. Take care.